everybody, this is Carrie. This is week 5 and we're working on factoring. A couple of the questions that have been asked about are, on the first group on the left hand side of the column, number 8, number 9, and number 11. So those are ones I'm going to work through first. I'm going to give you some examples. Number 8, you need to factor differently than number 9, which is also differently, of course, factoring than number 11. On number 8, I'm going to write down the problem here. You have x squared plus 5x minus 14. Alright, now if you look at this problem, this is one of the most basic ones to factor because it's a trinomial. You have x squared, x, and a constant. So this is a basic quadratic. Anything with an exponent of 2 being your biggest exponent is a quadratic. And what's going to happen is there's actually a number here. It's not written down, but anytime we need one, there's like a secret like 1 there, if that's what you consider it. Anytime this happens, when the coefficient of the quadratic term is 1, there's a special way to factor. All you need to do is come up with two numbers that multiply to this. So I need to multiply to negative 14, but I need to add up to 5x. So let me show you with a different example. This is not in your book. This is not, I'm not taking this out of your book. I'm not taking this out of anything in particular. I'm just coming up with it here. So x squared, so they look similar. You have x squared and x squared, so there's a coefficient of 1. That's how I know they're going to be the same to factor. Plus 6x plus 8. Now I know these don't look exactly alike because of positive and negative signs, but we're going to factor the same way. You need two numbers. You need to multiply to 8, and I need the same two numbers to add up to 6. So I need my third term here and my middle term here. I need two numbers that multiply to 8 but add up to 6. So if you kind of run through your list, 1 times 8, 2 times 4, these add up to, these multiply to 8, definitely. If you did 4 times 2, well, the order doesn't matter, so this is the same as the one above. So this one you don't have to worry about since it's already, we don't want to repeat it. For this problem, so I did my multiplying. Now I need to do my check. I took the numbers 1 times 8 and they made my 8. So I need to do 1 plus 8 over here. These unfortunately add up to 9, which is not what we're looking for. So I can automatically cross that one out. I don't want that pair of numbers. So I'm just going to double check. 2 times 4 is 8, but 2 plus 4 is 6. So I know the numbers I want to work with are 2 and 4. So I keep that in mind. I take my two numbers. I make two parentheses. Remember I said this is the most basic one to factor because there's an exponent of 1, a leading coefficient of 1 here. I'm going to put x and x here. If I multiply these two, that's where I get x squared from. And my numbers, I have positive 2, and the other number I have is positive 4. Now don't worry about the multiplying sign here. That was just to get the numbers up here. I'm just taking whether they are positive and negative. And so this one is completely factored. You can't do anything more with that. Let me do another example, which should ultimately help you with that one. Let's do x squared plus, minus 18, and then let's see, plus 3x. So x squared, so I have the same leading issue here. I have a 1 in front. So I'm going to factor the same way I did this one. X squared plus 3x, and then I'm going to have minus 18 as my constant. So I can do my same thing that I did up here. I can multiply. I want to multiply to my constant, which is negative 18. But I want to add up to my middle term, or what's known as the b term. This is a, b, and c. I want to add up to the number 3. So now I'm just going to write down all my pairs of numbers that multiply first to negative 18. I'm just going to make a list. I'm not going to worry about doing the adding right away because I don't want to confuse the issue. Alright, so I need to make sure that if you have a negative here, you take it along. If this 3 was negative, I would absolutely need to make sure that it's over here. Otherwise, my check does not work. So, on my multiplying, I have 1 times negative 18. Or, with negatives, you can switch them. I could have negative 1 times positive 18. So, because this is negative, I'm going to have more pairs here. I'm just going to work up the numbers. 2 times negative 9. Or switch the negative and positive, negative 2 times 9. Positive 3 times negative 6, or negative 3 times 6. 4 doesn't work to get 18, 5, and we already have 6s. So I have this big list here, bigger list, but I need to figure out which of the pairs here add up to positive 3. So if I add up 1 plus negative 18, I get negative 17. Doesn't work. Done. Negative 1 plus 18 equals positive 17. Doesn't work. Done with those. 2 plus negative 9 is negative 7. Nope. The other way, negative 2 plus 9 is positive 7. Nope. 3 and negative 6. 3 plus negative 6 is negative 3. Now this is where you have to be very careful. This is not matching up with that. Sorry. This negative 3 is not matching up with this, so this one does not work. They have to match exactly in sign. So if I take the negative 3 plus the 6, I do end up with my 3. So this is the pair of numbers I'm going to use for factoring. Now I'm just factoring, so I have x and x. So x and x is x squared. These two numbers is negative 3 and positive 6. Now, one thing I meant to mention, should have mentioned above when I first did that example, if I wrote it like this, if I switch the order of parentheses, it doesn't matter, it still comes out the same way. So let me show you here. X times x is x squared. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. Negative 3 plus 6 is